Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for Today in St. Louis. I'm Renee Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. We just want to say thanks for joining us, including those of you who might be watching us on 5+. I always want to give a shout out to our 5+ folks. Great to see Paul.
Me too.
Great to see Anthony.
You too.
You know, I feel like there's lots to talk about in terms of weather and
weather?
you know, getting to up to 60 today, maybe.
Close to, yeah. That's about
exciting.
20 degrees warmer than yesterday, believe it or not.
Nice.
We only hit 37 yesterday, well below average for this time of year. So yes, today the big day of the week. Get out and enjoy,
Exciting.
but stay off ladders. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's talk
You look
about.
like you're walking all right, though.
I am walking all right. Thank you so much for noticing. Yes, doing much better after my little fall last couple of weeks. Yes, better. 37 this morning at Lambert. That was our high temperature yesterday, so we are already warming. In fact, we started off at 35 this morning, and even before the sun's come up, our numbers have climbed. Reason be it, our winds are out of the south, and that's a warmer wind. 26, though, in Alton, 27 in Scott Air Force Base, and we will have sunny skies today. But after this cold morning, today, if we actually turn warmer, we'll have highs up near 60 degrees. So we go from very cold yesterday to really nice today, and then a little bit of rain tomorrow. We'll talk about the rain on the way. Let's go over to Paul Cook now and track some traffic and see what's happening on our roadways. Paul, what you got for us?
Good morning, Anthony Katz. I'm thinking about you as Clark Griswold rolling off there. I'm so glad you're okay, but oh my golly, you're right. Stay off the roof. Be careful. You don't have to worry about delays on the road right now, but maybe some construction that just started. Active scenes here. We're talking about Manchester at Geyer in Kirkwood and right above my head here in Wentzville, also Cave Springs on 70. Our friends, though, in South County, Sunset Hills, or even in North County are moving smashingly, really, really well. What about Collinsville? What about all these areas here on the east side? Life is good. We are going to keep an eye on it. Could change. We'll talk more soon. Michelle?
All right, thanks so much, Paul. We do want to talk about some overnight news. Troopers with the Missouri Highway Patrol are investigating a deadly crash in Jefferson County. It happened just a few hours ago. Holden Krawicki is joining us live outside of headquarters in Weldon Spring with the very latest for us. Good morning, Holden.
Well, good morning, Michelle. I've been reaching out to Missouri Highway Patrol throughout the morning, and about an hour and a half ago, they confirmed that a 22-year-old man from Barnard was hit and killed last night. Now, the incident happened around 10:45 when a car was driving southbound on Highway 61 near Cedar Drive between Imperial and Arnold in unincorporated Jefferson County when a driver hit a 22-year-old man who was apparently standing in the roadway. That man was pronounced dead at the scene. Though investigators have identified him, we're awaiting word that the information has been released to next of kin before we release his name. Now, that accident scene along Jeffco Boulevard has since been cleared and will be reopened for your morning commute. Reporting live in Weldon Spring, Holden Krawicki, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Holden. This morning, layoffs are looming for U.S. steel workers in Granite City.
The company announced that the area plant will be idled indefinitely. And Sydney Stallworth is joining us live in Granite City with how many workers are impacted. Sydney?
Michelle, Rennie, this morning, 1,000 workers anxiously awaiting their fate. An email just sent yesterday morning brought the official warning of the hundreds of layoffs to come. And the company announced that about 60% of those workers notified could potentially lose their jobs. Just so you know, about 340 workers have already been laid off. We've been looking into this here at 5 on your side. Now the corporation is saying that about 600 more workers could lose their jobs. Back in September, U.S. Steel temporarily idled Furnace B here in Granite City steel plant because of a, quote, risk mitigation in response to the now resolved United Auto Workers strike. Now the plant is indefinitely idled with no word on when things can be back running at full capacity. In the meantime, workers are taking slabs from other steel locations to operate the remaining parts of the plant. Now we checked in with the president of United Steelworkers Local 1899. He says there are no immediate plans to change the operation anytime soon, but he believes the company should be ramping up, not slowing down steel production.
They're claiming there's still some low volume yet, isn't quite increased where they want it to be, but the price of steel is in good shape right now, and if that holds any at all, and if we receive any orders or pick up any order book at all, I don't see how they cannot make a decision to do the right thing and start us back up in full operation.
Dan Simmons also tells 5 on Your Side that the union anticipated this decision, but he believes that the company could have notified employers a little bit earlier. Now, those 600 layoffs that are coming for employees won't happen until late January, and there are talks about 3 companies looking to buy U.S. Steel. Now, we could hear which companies are looking to win that bid in early December. That's the latest from here in Granite City. I'm Sydney Stallworth, 5 on Your Side.
Sydney, after months of asking, the Detention Facilities Oversight Board was able to get inside the St. Louis City Justice Center for the very first time. 3 members were inside the jail for under an hour yesterday. They were able to tour part of the 5th floor and inspect some of the locks that had been replaced. Now, this comes as the board investigates claims of misconduct and other issues at the jail. Board members still have questions that they want answered.
Not only have people died, we want to know if those deaths were preventable. We're talking about overdoses. We're talking about other medical problems. How well equipped has the medical staff been at diagnosing medical problems of detainees?
The board is meeting on Monday to discuss what they saw, and they plan for another visit.
It's been 1 year since St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Megan Green took office. This morning, we're getting an update on what she's accomplished so far. And here are the 3 takeaways from her first ever legislative report from last night. First, she touted the Guaranteed Basic Income Program. More than 500 St. Louis families will receive $500 monthly payments for the next 18 months. Second, she talked about efforts to address crime, homelessness, and affordable housing. And 3, she announced a plan to use $800,000 in federal pandemic relief funding to pay off $80 million in medical debt for city residents.
Right now, leaders in Alton are trying to make part of the Mississippi River a national park. They unveiled a long-term vision to create the Great Rivers National Park, and it would stretch 144 miles to include several regions like Weldon Spring and Columbia Bottom conservation areas. It also includes Alton's riverfront. Now, right now, there's no timeline to when this proposal could actually get approved. Of course, it might be a really nice day to take a walk outside, Anthony.
Oh, yes, today's the pick day of the week. Even though it is chilly this morning, our numbers this afternoon climb into the 50s, so that's about 20 degrees above where we were yesterday, so enjoy. It's all because high pressure is off towards our southeast. You always get that southerly wind when that happens, and that's what we'll have today. That moves away from us tomorrow, and then an area of low pressure comes out of Texas. This will bring rain most likely the second half of tomorrow. So it's tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening when the rain gets going, and this is going to move over us Thursday night into Friday morning, and that's when we'll have the best chance of steady rainfall. And temperatures won't be too bad, though, because the system's coming out of the south, so we stay mild even with the rain, 50s or so, even through the weekend. We'll take a look at the full weekend forecast coming up.
Coming up.